Success is not merely the accumulation of skills and strategies. More crucially, it is about mindset. Many people work hard hoping to achieve success in their careers by improving their skills or mastering market trends. Yet they often overlook a more fundamental factor: how we view the world, how we understand our own actions, and how we interact with others. The Diamond Cutter offers a radically different perspective. It combines Eastern Buddhist wisdom with Western business experience to show why our way of thinking ultimately determines the results we achieve. This is not just a book about business management. It is a set of thought patterns that can transform one's life, applicable to people in any field. The author, Michael Roach, has a unique background. He graduated from Princeton University in the United States, yet chose to devote himself to Buddhist practice, becoming the first American to receive the Geshe degree. This means he underwent more than 20 years of rigorous Buddhist training. What is even more remarkable is that, at the same time, he successfully founded a diamond company, Anden International, with annual revenues of hundreds of millions of dollars. Eventually, this company was acquired by Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. Roach applied Buddhist wisdom to business management, sharing his successful case study with entrepreneurs worldwide. The core idea of this book is that the world is not limited to its surface appearance. It is shaped by our thoughts, actions, and beliefs. Many people see business competition as brutal, believing that success can only be built on fierce market struggles. But Roach offers a completely different view. True success comes from planting the right seeds. He believes all external results originate from inner seeds, which are created by how we think, how we treat others, and how we act. Therefore, if we want lasting success, the key is not short-term market strategies, but establishing a positive cycle between our inner world and the outer world. Next, we will explore the key concepts in this book: how to change our perception of reality, how to apply Buddhist wisdom in business environments, and how to use these principles to solve real-life challenges. These ideas are not only for entrepreneurs and business leaders, but also for anyone seeking better outcomes in both work and life. From this perspective, the key to success is not external conditions, but how we view the world and shape our mindset. The book's central philosophy comes from the Buddhist classic, the Diamond Sutra, an ancient scripture with far-reaching influence, focused on the nature of things and the relationship between reality and human cognition. The author believes that this classic is not only relevant to spiritual practice, but can also help business leaders understand market changes and the essence of competition. He emphasizes that all phenomena in the world are impermanent. Nothing is fixed or unchanging, including the business environment, wealth, and even personal achievements. If one understands this truth, one can remain flexible in the face of challenges without losing direction due to temporary success or failure. Although this viewpoint may seem different from modern business logic, it actually shares many similarities. Markets change rapidly, and past formulas for success may not work in the future. Those who can adapt and maintain an open mindset are often the ones who preserve long-term competitiveness. Roach believes that a company's development is similar to personal growth. Real competitiveness comes from mindset, not external conditions. Many assume that the key to success lies in technology, resources, or strategy, but the author stresses that these are merely results. What truly determines the results is the way one thinks and the choices one makes. From this perspective, business competition is not merely a struggle for profit, but rather an environment shaped by each individual's actions and decisions. He suggests that if we believe the market is cruel, our behavior will naturally become defensive, falling into a zero-sum mindset that sees others' success as our failure. But if we adopt a different perspective, we may see that competition does not necessarily mean conflict. Instead, through cooperation and goodwill, greater value can be created. This shift in mindset can determine how well a business performs and whether it can achieve long-term growth. In addition to market dynamics, the author emphasizes the role of personal experience in shaping reality. He argues that a person's worldview is not objectively absolute, but shaped by past experiences, values, and beliefs. How we interpret situations often reflects our inner conditioning, not the facts themselves. For example, two people facing the same challenge may interpret it very differently. One may see it as an opportunity, while another sees it as an insurmountable obstacle. This difference does not come from changes in the environment, but from inner thoughts. This also extends into business decision-making. Many leaders rely heavily on past experiences, but without awareness of personal biases, they risk making poor choices. Learning to change one's thinking is therefore the first step to success. When people realize how their thoughts influence decisions, they can consciously choose how to perceive problems, leading to wiser judgments. This applies not only to individual careers, but also to team management and corporate leadership. The book also introduces the concept of karma applied to the business context. The author argues that karma is not merely a religious idea, but a demonstration of cause and effect. He explains that success is never the result of a single event, but the accumulation of choices over time. The small decisions we make daily shape the future outcomes. For instance, a company that consistently treats its customers with honesty and fairness builds a solid reputation, which eventually transforms into a loyal customer base and steady profits. By contrast, a company that focuses only on short-term gains may ultimately lose market trust, hindering long-term growth. In summary, this book presents a perspective very different from traditional business thinking. Success is not solely dependent on strategy or market conditions. It begins from within. External factors such as changing markets, competition, or even chance opportunities are secondary. What truly determines achievement, whether personal or corporate, is how we think and act. Once we recognize that the world is not fixed, but shaped by our beliefs and choices, we gain clarity on the direction we should take in business and in life. After discussing the relationship between success and reality, the author proposes a three-layered framework of wisdom to help people integrate Buddhist teachings into business practice. He believes true learning is not just absorbing knowledge, but applying it flexibly in real life. These three layers draw from 1. The original teachings of the Diamond Sutra, 2. Tibetan Buddhist interpretations, and 3. His own business experience. Through this integration, he hopes that Buddhism will not remain an abstract philosophy, but become a practical tool to achieve sustainable success in today's competitive world. The first layer is the Diamond Sutra itself. Its core teachings center on emptiness and impermanence. The author argues that these concepts are essential for business. Markets, wealth, and achievements are all fluid. Clinging to fixed results or traditional models of success leads to rigidity and an inability to adapt. By understanding impermanence, leaders can remain flexible. By understanding emptiness, they can see problems from new perspectives, freeing themselves from limiting assumptions. The second layer is Tibetan Buddhist interpretation. This emphasizes how the wisdom of the sutra can be applied in everyday life and decision-making. Traditional Tibetan scholars do not treat the Diamond Sutra as mere philosophy, but as a practical guide to transform mental patterns. For example, practitioners engage in long-term meditation and practice to test and embody the teachings, rather than just reciting them. This approach ensures that the meaning of the scripture is deeply experienced, not just intellectually understood. For business leaders, this implies that learning strategies is not enough. What matters is practice, internalizing wisdom until it shapes intuition and guides decision-making naturally. The third layer is the author's personal application. He insists that the wisdom of the Diamond Sutra should not remain theoretical, but be implemented in real-world contexts, especially in business. Drawing on his diamond industry experience, he demonstrates how Buddhist principles can be integrated into corporate management. For instance, he argues that a company's success does not come solely from marketing strategies or cost control, but from planting the right seeds. In other words, when a business operates with honesty, goodwill, and a spirit of cooperation, it creates the foundation for lasting prosperity.